just 6 weeks ago on September the 12th when Manchester United were 22nd with just 2 points from 4 games. Now contrast that with tonight's table, which sees United sitting proudly on top, ahead of the Championship favourites Ipswich on goal difference. Even though they played two matches more than all their rivals, United have won 6 and drawn 3 of their last 9 games. Today they won 2-1 at Liverpool, with Ipswich beating Arsenal, also 2-1 at Portman Road. But this morning's leaders, Swansea and Tottenham, both lost and dropped down 2 places. 2 defenders, Kevin Moran and Arthur Albiston, gave United victory at Anfield, with Albiston getting the winner 2 minutes from time after Terry McDermott had equalised for Liverpool from a penalty. Afterwards, United manager Ron Atkinson said, "It was probably the best performance since I've been manager. To come to the home of the European champions, beat them and deserve it was more than I could hope for." Ironically, it was Coventry City, the team managed by United's former boss, Dave Sexton, who helped switch things at the top of the table. Mark Hateley scored twice as Coventry beat this morning's leaders Swansea 3-1, and Sexton said tonight, "If Coventry can't be on top, there's no one I'd rather see there than Manchester United." A nice gesture, that, from the man who was kicked out of Old Trafford 6 months ago. As in the case of United, it was a defender, Mick Mills, who scored what turned out to be the winner for Ipswich against Arsenal, while Michael Robinson got the only goal of the game as Brighton stopped Spurs from taking over at the top. The most controversial game in the First Division was at Elland Road, where Leeds beat bottom-of-the-table Sunderland 1-0. It produced an explosive incident in the 70th minute when Leeds' new defender, Kenny Burns, was booked for a foul on 17-year-old Barry Venison. The foul brought Sunderland manager Alan Durban racing onto the pitch to protest, and his gestures indicated that Burns should have been sent off. That in turn was described by Leeds manager Alan Clark as disgraceful. He added, "It is a disgrace when a manager, a coach and players try to have a fellow professional sent off. They lost their composure." The police also got involved as Chief Superintendent Eric Walker said he'd spoken to the Sunderland manager after the incident. He added, "I asked him and his coaching staff to cool things down. We have enough trouble with spectators who misbehave without officials becoming involved." There was an equally explosive confrontation between managers in the Second Division when Leicester's Jock Wallace launched a stinging attack on Queen's Park Rangers' new artificial pitch. Wallace had just seen his side lose 2-0 and said that pitch shouldn't be allowed in league football. It was a lottery out there. Rangers manager Terry Venables hit back by saying he wished Wallace had made his remarks before today's game. But Wallace had the last word, saying to Venables, "I'm looking you full in the face when I say the pitch is a big advantage for your side." He added that Leicester would refuse to play on it again if his side were drawn there in the FA Cup, and that he'd be protesting to the league about the surface. Today's win was the 6th in succession for Rangers on their controversial pitch, and it took them 3 places up the table to 4th, where they're now on 19 points, the same as Oldham. Still on top are Luton and Watford, both on 25 points. Steve White, who scored 4 last Saturday, got another in Luton's 2-0 win at Wrexham, and Luther Blissett was on the mark again as Watford beat Norwich 3-0. Sheffield Wednesday move into 3rd place after beating Oldham 2-1. In Division 3, Chesterfield still lead despite losing 2-0 at home to Brentford, but now only on goal difference from Doncaster and Gillingham. In Division 4, Bradford City's bid to set a new club record of 10 successive wins failed with a 2-0 home defeat by Sheffield United, but they still have a 2-point lead over the side that beat them today.